Today we are taking a baby sweatshirt 12 month and we're going to embellish it with some adorable fabric that I already cut out from Michael Miller. So cute, this little vintage cowboy fabric. I like to use Steam-A-Seam Light, as I've said in some of my other videos, when I'm doing baby clothes because the actual applique is soft and not stiff. I've already put my Steam-A-Seam on the back. Here's the Michael Miller fabric that I just love. Take your baby sweatshirt, fold it in half to find the exact center point and mark that center point with a pin toward the bottom and up at the top. Now we know where the points of our applique need to be situated, and I'm just going to pin my applique down. I don't want to iron it down yet because we're going to put the fringe underneath it. Now I'm going to situate fringe on my sweatshirt. I'm going to put a good amount of it underneath because it's so long, and this is just a 12-month-old sweatshirt. When I make my 2T sweatshirt, which I will also do, I'm going to let more of the fringe hang out. Okay, I've got my two edges pinned here, and now I need to work on this corner. Usually when you buy this fringe, it has something to hold the fringe while you're sewing it so it's not flapping around like this, but I had removed it some time ago. I'm flattening out the corner. It won't really show, it will be underneath. It might be a little bit lumpy, but that will be okay. And now I'm just going to make sure that I like the way it looks. I'm liking the way it looks. I even like that the fringe is falling a little bit down below the sweatshirt. Okay, I'm thinking that it looks even, but I should measure with a ruler just to make sure. The fringe on this side is about the length of my price tag. However, on this side, I have about an extra quarter inch or so. So what that means is I need to scoot this up a little more. I'm going to iron down my applique. I'm ready to do that. But I want my fringe to be exactly in the right place when I iron it down. Okay, we're going to take the backing, the paper backing off the applique. So there's still some paper underneath this pin. I can take out now while I hold it in place. About perfect. The same distance to the side seam, so my applique will look even. Now I'm ready to iron. But do you see how I wasn't very careful on this side to make sure that the applique covered all of it? Fix it. Ooh, okay, it is peeling away. I'm going to be able to resituate the applique. Yay! That's better. Okay, so now I don't even need to pin anymore because my applique is ironed down and it won't slide around when I satin stitch around. I'm going to use this tearaway stabilizer as a layer behind my applique. I'm going to cut out a square the same shape as this, a little bit bigger even. Be sure that it covers it. And I'm going to put this behind because the sweatshirt has a stretch to it. This will keep my sewing machine from not stretching out the applique as it's sewn. It's worth noting that we're using a jersey knit needle so that it doesn't cut the fibers of our fabric. It has a ballpoint tip instead of a really sharp tip, and so it will push through the fibers of my sweatshirt without cutting them. I'm using also this Gutermann thread, which is going to be better quality thread, and it's got a little sheen to it, which will make the satin stitch around my applique look really pretty. If you're a beginner, the satin stitch is part of your zigzag setting, and you just adjust the dial here all the way down to this setting, and that will give you the satin stitch. You want to make sure that you get your sweatshirt underneath your foot without, here's the inside of it with my stabilizer. I haven't sewn or tacked on my stabilizer in any way, it's just laying underneath there. And with my hand, I'm just making sure that it's going to lay flat. And I'm going to have to turn off the camera to do the sewing, but I wanted to show you that I'm going to start on this side, and that there's going to be some really narrow places to get through here, and I don't want to stitch into this guy's hat. So I'm also going to adjust here the width, and I want to go way down. I have torn away the stabilizer from the back of my applique, and we give it a nice ironing to set the stitches.